Hi, my name's Haley Haskell, and this is my math story. So starting just right at the beginning, I was born and raised in Des Moines, Iowa, so not too far from Iowa State. Didn't really want to go to a college that was too far or too close, so I thought this was kind of the perfect place for me, along with a million other reasons. Starting at the very beginning, some memorable math moments relating to my family for me would be playing school with my younger sisters when I was younger. I remember just teaching them anything that I learned that day. I have a really distinct memory of teaching them about rounding numbers, how to round up and how to tell whether you should round up or round down. And that was kind of a pivotal thing for me just because I felt like they were successful in that and maybe they learned something from my lessons, although I have no idea what I was doing. I was just a little kid. And that kind of just solidified my want to become a teacher. Um, I have a couple pivotal math experiences in elementary, middle, and high school. My very first math experience was actually a really negative one that I can recall. And it kind of goes along with the fixed mindset that we're learning about. Growing up, I was always a really advanced student in school, and I remember I always had the best report cards, and I got S's all the time. And then in second grade, we were required to do one of those timed math tests. I'm not sure if it was addition, maybe early multiplication. Wasn't supposed to be a huge deal, but I don't do very well at math under pressure, so I remember I scrambled, I didn't get very many answers down, and when I got that paper back, I got my first N ever. So that's back when they were grading in S's and N's. And that was a huge thing for me just because I couldn't see myself as smart in that moment, and I had always thought of that before. I was obviously having a very fixed mindset then. And I just cried all day in school, and I remember my teacher just asking me, "Could you please go in the hallway? You're very distracting," which just made me cry even more because, I was never asked to step outside of the classroom before. So, unfortunately, that is one strong memory I have of math in elementary school. Another one that I can think of would be in seventh grade. I remember they took me out of my class one day and tried to give me this test of things that I had no idea what they were. I know there was a bunch of negative numbers and I just wasn't at that point yet. I was really confused, but apparently I did okay on it because they actually moved me into advanced math after that. And it was challenging, but I really enjoyed it, and I got a lot more done in high school, not being on the traditional track and taking some advanced classes. I know I took like AP statistics, which was really interesting to me, and I got college credit for that. So that was kind of an exciting and little thing that just boosts my confidence in math. Moving on to my favorite or least favorite math topics, I would say my favorite math topics have to be like statistics and just any type of math that can be applied to the real world, so that's really broad. But as long as it's applying to something I can use, that is really interesting to me, and I love doing that kind of stuff. And my least favorite type of math would be just like mental math or things that you're supposed to have memorized, because I remember I had a very traditional elementary experience, and they never really taught you. They just emphasized the skill of memorization and not the why this works or how this works. So, I'm not that I don't have the greatest memory. I don't always remember those things, and they kind of just stress me out having to memorize so many things. Um, any background stories that are relevant to understanding how I feel today about mathematics? I would definitely say my experience in Math 196 was pivotal for me, just because it was the first time I was ever able to. It was just kind of such a stark difference from the math education I had had prior to that, just because I now know she was using student-centered teaching and teaching for understanding, which just made a huge difference in my understanding of math. And for the first time ever, probably, I was thinking to myself, wow, I can do this, and anything that I might not know now, there's always going to be a way for me to figure it out, which was huge for me, and it kind of pushed me from that fixed mindset that I had before into more of a growth mindset, which is vital, I feel. And to conclude, I'll just share some things about my life that are important and fun to me. I really love bowling, and I'm on the Iowa State Bowling Club, which is a lot of fun. We meet every Monday night and just bowl, which is really cool and good exercise, I guess. And something that's very valuable to me is my family and definitely my relationship with my dad. And um, he has always just encouraged me to be the best person that I am or I can be. And he sees success in a lot of ways that maybe I don't see myself. So it might sound cliche, but he is very important to me. Yeah, so that's all that I have. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So thanks.